Hey everyone, I'm Danny and welcome to Muggle Magic. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Weasleys Wizard Wheezes wizard cards. These are the ones that you can get at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, and I ordered these and the total was about $28. So let's just go ahead and get into the review. So the first thing that I noticed as soon as they came in the mail, as soon as I took them out of the package, they just don't feel right. Something is off about this, is what I thought. And the problem is they're extremely large for a deck of cards. Here is a regular size deck of cards, and they fit quite nicely in my hand. However, if you take a look at the Weasley cards, look at how much bigger these are. They're like either for a giant or for like kids or something. I don't know, but that's just way too big. Now, the reason that this is a problem for me is because I do know some card magic that I do, some card tricks and stuff, and I can't do any of my sleights of hand or anything with this deck because it's just too big. It just doesn't feel right. This feels right, this does not. Okay, so that's my first criticism of this deck of cards. My next criticism is that if you take a look at this, it says wizard cards right here on the box. And that just doesn't seem realistic to me. I don't think that the Wizard Wheezes cards would say wizard cards on them. That's just odd because this is supposed to be part of the Muggle Magic line of products from Weasley Wizard Wheezes. Why would they call them wizard cards? Okay, so if we take a look inside of the Weasley Wizard Wheezes catalog, so we'll just take a look at the Muggle Magic page right here. So this is the Muggle Magic page, and here are the cards. These are the cards, and then all these other random cards in the background here, that's the backs of the cards. So this is what they used as the props in the movie and stuff, so this is totally accurate. And I've been comparing this pack of cards with what we see on these pages, and it just doesn't add up. So far we haven't even opened the pack, so let's take a look at the box. It says 52 playing cards here, ages 5+, and then it has some pictures of the cards on the back. It has some copyright stuff on the bottom here, and basically that's it when it comes to the box. So if we open this up and take the cards out, so I've already noticed something just from opening this and taking them out. All of these cards have a border around them. We have a red border and a black border. So look, right here, we can see the cards in the catalog. The font is right, and like, the symbols are right, but there are no borders on these cards at all. So that's one thing that kind of stands out to me if you're looking for like accuracy. Yeah, for some reason they added a border to these cards. Okay, and now let's take a look at the backs of the cards. If we look at this is what the backs of the cards are supposed to look like. Now, if we compare to what the cards are supposed to look like, you can clearly see that there is color on the backs of these cards. And these are just one solid color. It's just a white background with red printed on top. So yeah, I mean, they're not perfect. Another thing that I've noticed from looking at this, and I'm gonna see if I can get this on camera. I'm not sure if I can get as much detail in here as I need to point this out, but the borders on these cards are very, kind of fuzzy and I guess pixelated, I would say, on the corners. Like I can see the pixels that they printed on here. I can see it's kind of jagged on the corners. And that's disappointing, especially paying $30 almost for these cards. I would expect, better quality than that. And honestly, what it looks to me like, they took a look at the cards that were in here on this, catalog, and then they just kind of quickly put something together. They just put a quick border on there for some reason, and even the little details in here where you can see that it's kind of faded, kind of like that grungy look. That's kind of blurry. It doesn't look good. The cards themselves, the A and the spade and the image on the card, that looks fine, but these borders just don't look good. And I don't know why they put them on there. If it were up to me, I would have left the borders off. I think I could do a better job making cards that look more like the catalog version of the cards, the real version of the cards. So I might do a DIY on this. Let me know in the comments if you want me to do a DIY on how to make your own deck of Weasley Wizard Wheezes cards, because I would gladly do that. Also, I don't know if this is just me. You let me know what you think, but it says the haunted deck right here. That makes me think that all these cards on this page are referring to the haunted deck. Wouldn't it make sense for this logo to be on the box of cards? But instead, we just get this that looks nothing like what it should. I don't know. I'm just not very happy with this. It's nice to have. I will say that. If you're collecting Harry Potter stuff and you want the official stuff, definitely pick up a deck of these cards. In fact, I'll leave a link in the description to the ones that I bought if you're interested in that. But I don't know. I'm disappointed. I think that they should have done something more true to the designs from the movie. I think I've gone on long enough about these cards. They're not a complete disappointment, but they're just humongous. And I was hoping for something better. Seriously, I mean, look at the size difference. That's just silly. Why are they so big? Okay, so end of the review of these cards. Now we're going to get into a card trick. So this is real Muggle magic, I guess you could say. And I do know quite a few card tricks, and I like to think that I'm pretty good at them. So let me know if you want to see more. But here is how you're going to do this card trick. So the first thing you're going to do is just shuffle up the cards, or you could even let whoever you're doing this trick with, or whoever you're showing this trick to, you could have them shuffle the cards too. And I just dropped some cards. Okay, so yeah, just shuffle up the cards. The only thing is, when they hand you back the cards, if you gave them the deck, you need to look at the very bottom card on the deck. And don't when they hand you the cards, don't just flip them over and look at it and then flip them back, because that's weird. So when they hand you the cards back, what you want to do is just kind of act like you're squaring up the cards. Square them up like this, and as you do that, flip them over for a second and take a peek at the bottom card. In this case, it's the 4 of spades. Now, just spread the cards out and let them pick a card. As long as even if they pick the bottom card, that means you know what they picked. It's the 4 of spades, so whatever. But if they don't pick the bottom card, which most of them won't, let's say they picked this card right here. We've got the 3 of spades. Now, all you're going to do is cut the deck open like this and have them put their card here. And it doesn't matter if you know what their card is, because we can easily find it once they put their card here, because you've got this side of the deck in this hand. So then you can say, okay, now we're going to cut this. So what you did by cutting that part of the deck is you put the 4 of spades on top of their card. And then you say, we're going to cut this side of the deck, put half of it on top and half of it on bottom. So now their card is lost in the deck somewhere. However, we know that the 4 of spades is right on top of their card. And then the next part of this is just basically a betting game. So you'll start dealing cards down to the table, and you say, now I want you to watch the cards as I deal them down onto the table. I'm gonna try and find your card. So don't tell me if you see your card. And then you start dealing cards down onto the table. So then you're just gonna keep going and dealing cards down onto the table until you see that key card from the bottom of the deck, the 4 of spades. So let's just keep going. And it should be somewhere near the middle of the deck. And there's the 4 of spades. So when you see that, don't do anything, don't pause, just keep going. We've got the 4 of spades, we know it's there. So this next card, which is ironically the 3 of spades, we're gonna just lay that down, but then keep going. And as you go, make sure you kind of can see where that is and keep going. And go a few more times. And then kind of like thumb a card off of the deck like this and act like you're gonna flip it over and say, okay, I bet you $1 that the next card I flip over will be your card. And most people are gonna say, okay, yeah, I'll take that bet, because they know their card is right here. And then when they say they'll take the bet, you grab their card from here and flip it over. And you can, I mean, I've never actually collected on this because it's just kind of like a joke, but you could collect a few bucks on this if you want to. And that's how you do that card trick. Again, let me know if you guys want to see some more tricks. I do know quite a few advanced tricks where you have to know some sleights of hand, and I'd be happy to do those tutorials as well. Overall, I think these cards are pretty cool. It's a nice thing to have, but I don't think they're worth $30. So if you're going to be paying 25 to 30 bucks for these, you might as well just hold off until you can find them cheaper. I would have gladly paid maybe $15 for them or less. So yeah, I would try and wait until you can find them in that price range before buying them. Also, there are little nitpicky things about these that I don't like. So I'm thinking I'm gonna be doing a DIY on how to make your own pack of Weasley Wizard Wheezes cards. So stay tuned for that. Remember, I get a lot of ideas for these DIYs that I do from your comments. So if you have an idea for something that you want to see me do in the future, definitely leave a comment below and let me know. If you're interested in seeing more DIY videos having to do with Harry Potter and more, go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you're not already. All right, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.